Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. Grab a cold one, crank up the volume, and join the show. Welcome to NBNR Live. And here we go.
It's no block, no rock.
Oh, big red indeed. No block, no rock. Episode 247 coming at you from the NBNR studio in Omaha, Nebraska. Speaking of Nebraska, we will talk some football. But first, Nebraska Brewing Company. Pickle beer, the best pickle beer in the state. Dare I say, the nation. So good. Mike, what do you got?
I am drinking the Ale Storm. We are out of the Hefeweizen, so we just have to pivot, and Ale Storm is my next go-to. So that's what we're having today. KB, what you got?
We did run out of ale or the EOS Hefeweizen because I took the last one in the fridge, and that is usually what I go with. But the second best thing in our fridge this week is Squeeze the Day from Nebraska Brewing Company. Some might say world class.
In every glass.
There it is, quick and simple with the Nebraska Brewing Company. Oh, yeah, actually, I forgot. The Nebraska Brewing Company Cheers of the Week goes to the undisputed three-time champ and pound for pound best fighter in the world of our generation. Let's give it up for Omaha's prize fighter, Bud Crawford.
Hey, shout out to Bud, the GOAT.
Prize fighter, pride of the state. Just named by Ring Magazine to be the best pound for pound fighter in the world. Unsurprisingly, as if there was any doubt, no doubt.
Dude walked in there and whooped Canelo's ass. I don't care what those judges say. It was not close.
Nah.
The best part about that was the last couple rounds, he could have just walked in there and danced around. Matt Rhule mentioned it today in his press conference.
Right.
And the fight was in the bag. No, he went out there and he made a statement. Went toe for toe with that dude in the championship rounds when he already had the fight in the bag.
Yep.
That is the most baller shit you can come up with.
And KB, here's the non-fighter in me. The Pollyanna, the Chicken Little in me. I knew that he had the fight in hand. And I was thinking, I don't know if he should be so aggressive in the 12th round because you got the fight wrapped up pretty much. And look, the talk about Canelo was, he's got a strong punch to him.
All it takes is one.
Yep.
Just takes one. I get it.
But that's why I'm in my room streaming it totally legally.
You don't have Netflix?
No.
Wow.
Because I'm not a sucker like you guys.
I don't have Netflix either. I watched it at the bar in Lincoln. We talked about this yesterday. Bud knocked it out of the park, but let me tell you about who also knocks it out of the park. Sinovation Omaha.
Hey.
At Sinovation Omaha, your image is our image. And it is our business, from eye-catching in indoor signs to clear, professional way, finding solutions. We help you your brand stand out where it matters the most. Transform your walls into stunning wraps, turn your vehicles into rolling billboards with custom decals, and add privacy or style with vinyl window graphics. When your partner is Sinovation, you're not just getting signage, you're adding curb appeal and creating lasting first impressions for your customers. Shout out to Sinovation Omaha. And while we're doing housekeeping, check out the sweet hat that we got from Good Life.
Yeah.
Kyle, you wanna give a shout out on that one real quick?
I do. Good Life was born with one goal in mind: craft apparel that seamlessly transitions from the golf course to hanging out on the lake or chilling with friends and family at a backyard barbecue. We set out to create the most comfortable, innovative, and stylish products that keep up with you and your lifestyle. We only get one life. Let's make it a good one. And it says here, our boy Anthony wrote, "Thank you for being part of the G Life family." So our guy Anthony sent us a couple hats to try out.
Yes.
They are comfy.
They are
stylish.
clean.
They look smooth.
And Kyle and I are like the golfers of the pod.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm the worst of the pod, but the hats look good. You know, it's like the look good, feel good thing. So if you go out on the course, if you look good and feel good, you might play better, or
Like,
you won't.
You got the little rope action
got
going
the rope
on.
action going on.
Kyle's got the camo look going on.
Yes,
You guys
and
look good.
they have a sick Nebraska one. It's out of stock right now, and it's black and red. It's got the corn cob on the side. I know it's coming back.
Bruh.
That is the one.
Yeah.
That is the one I think all of us will need on this podcast.
Yeah. Even though you're not wearing it, I can only imagine that red one is going to just, it's sold out for a reason.
Yes.
Right.
It's like this, but it's red and has the black font or red font or black, red font, red corn cob. It's pretty cool. Anyways,
So
shout out to Good Life.
yeah, Sinovation, Good Life.
Nebraska.
Not the restaurant, Good Life. The golf.
Yes, Good Life Golf.
Okay. No, the Good Life, the other one's fine. And Nebraska Brewing Company. Fellas, it is Michigan week. Big game.
Some could say the biggest game of the Matt Rhule tenure.
It's been Michigan week since halftime of the Houston Christian game, maybe. It's been Michigan week since probably before the Houston Christian game.
After Cincinnati. Like literally after we got to Cincinnati, we're like, it's going to be perfect. It's going to be rainbows and sunshines. And everybody's going to feel really good. Then Michigan's going to come into town. I'm really excited too. We've got our friends from BluebyNinety. They're going to be on our show later around 6:30. So we've got about 20 minutes to kind of preview it ourselves. Then we'll bring on some guys who actually know a little bit about Michigan football. So it'll be kind of the best of both worlds today.
So I don't know how much time we want to dedicate to Houston Christian game. We had Cornerstone counseling yesterday. But I guess I'll just throw out to you guys what you've seen these past couple of weeks. What do you feel most confident about going into this game on Saturday?
Dylan Rhule.
Okay.
Like, I understand people are going to say the DBs, they're highly rated. They've been doing a good job. We haven't played anybody with good receiver talent on the outside. So if I want to just, gun to head, who's it going to be? Dylan Rhule. That is the number one guy on this team. That is the guy that is going to make us reach the goals we want or the goals that we aren't going to hit. Dylan Rhule is my number one confident guy on the team.
Do you have a different answer, Kyle?
I do feel very confident about Dylan Rhule, but there's a name that I don't know any of us would have mentioned because it does not matter the opponent. It does not matter who you're playing, nothing like that. Kyle Cunanan. His only goal is to kick field goals, and he is perfect.
He is?
So, look, because Dylan Rhule, sure, he's balling out against Houston Christian. He's balling out against Akron. He did good against Cincinnati. Of course, right? But Kyle Cunanan's got one job. It never matters who the actual opponent is. It only matters the ball through the field goal. That's all that matters, and he's perfect at it so far.
And you remember what that motto was called last year? Chasing three.
Yep.
And we have a guy who has made all the three opportunities he's had.
He's caught all the threes that he possibly could catch.
Yes.
So what more do you want from Kyle Cunanan? Maybe, and this isn't his thing, but maybe he can kick it out of the end zone on kickoffs. Maybe that'll be his new thing. I don't know. Maybe. And by the way, we were trying to think of his name, the Gretna guy. You ever figure it out?
Is it Brendan Frankie?
Brendan Frankie.
I did not know it in the moment. And once I left the studio, I was like, why did I not know that?
I know.
His brother is my server at Buck's Bar in Venice. Fun fact.
Interesting.
He said one of these days, Brendan Frankie will come on our podcast.
So let's butter him up.
Yeah.
He's had a very interesting playing career. I don't know if you've been following it.
Yeah, it's just kind of all over the place.
Georgia Southern.
Yeah.
Texas State.
Texas State, yep.
Yep. And now he's playing for Big Sig at Indiana.
Oh, he's at Indiana now.
Yeah, now he's at Indiana.
Jesus.
Dude, I know.
And guess what? I bet Indiana doesn't have to worry about kickoffs not going into the end zone.
Freaking A.
Isn't that nice?
Hey, we'll get it fixed. Eckler will get it fixed.
Yes, he does. Speaking of Eckler.
Kyle, you think he will get it fixed?
Yes.
Kicking the ball out of bounds. No more. No more.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, what is the deal? Like, it seems like such a simple, like, can you do it or can you not? Let's get the guy in there that can.
I don't think we have one.
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't think that we might not have one. And that's why it's not fixed because we literally don't have one that has just can't do it.
Open tryouts. They're going to have open tryouts to see if there's any UNL students that can kick the ball out of the end zone.
Mhm.
You will get a guaranteed scholarship and probably some NIL. Just show up to practice. I don't care if you're on the women's soccer team, if you played high school soccer and now you just drink beer for fun. Go show up to practice and tell Matt Rhule you can kick it through the end zone.
Yeah, dude, like if you have a ponytail hanging out of your helmet
Down.
and you're a lady, because I'm sure there's some dudes with ponytails hanging out of their helmets.
Yes.
Hey, if you can do it. Now, we were speculating that it might be a scheme thing, trying to coffin corner it. You know, listen, we don't know. We don't know. We can admit that, right? We don't know if it's a scheme thing. Eckler can tell us that.
If Eckler can say, hey, like we like our coverage and we feel like we can get them at a negative instead of having them at the 25-yard line, like let's do that. So it very well could be a strategic thing, but at this point, it's like, dude, let's just make sure that we just give it to them.
Yeah,
at a certain distance so that they're not running it back on us.
Okay. Just continuing with the Rhule talk. I feel like this game, he's going to have to maybe take more risks. And I just feel like he's very cognizant of the turnovers. He's very cognizant and he's self-aware of the turnovers. And I think Holgorsen is as well, and I think the play calling kind of reflects that a little bit. I just feel like this will be a game where I think he'll have to throw into coverage and like kind of get out of his comfort zone a little bit. Now, of course, you're going to have your easy throws, but I just feel like in this game, there's going to be a few opportunities where the guy's going to be covered and you're going to have to put it there. Like, I think a thing with Dylan is sometimes you watch him and you're like, dude, just step into it and fire it in. And I think,
and it's just like very like nonchalant.
It's nonchalant
because he does have all the arm talent in the world.
I feel like with Michigan, you're gonna see better athletes out there, and you're gonna have to fire it in.
Yeah.
And yeah, the guy might be covered, but don't be afraid. And I'm saying this now that he hasn't thrown any interceptions.
Right.
It's very easy for me to say this on a Monday night where there's no maize and blue in front of me or a Wolverine coming at my face going, "Rah!" But I think you're going to have to step into some shit and fire it in. That's what I'm saying. I think you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
Just don't be scared out there.
I'll just be interested to see how Michigan plays Nebraska, and that's I'm interested to ask the guys when they get on here. But like,
yeah,
I don't really know much about Michigan. I haven't watched much at all. I've seen some highlights.
Sure,
I saw some lowlights, but I haven't really seen much. How do they scheme against Dylan Rhule? Like they know that he's just taking what the defense gives them. That's been the offense so far. It's been high percentage plays that sometimes break 10 to 15 yards. That's because Dylan does. I think he leads the conference in 10+ yard completions. So I know that it's like people are like, oh, he just throws short. Yeah. But yeah, they're getting more than just the 3 yards that he gives them to them. They're making plays. And I think that's Dana. That's what he told you at the beginning of the year what was going to happen. And that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see what Michigan does. Like, are they going to try to get, play press coverage and try to not allow those short little dink and dunks? Or are they gonna zone up and try to make Dylan find little pockets? So
it would behoove them not to play zone all game. It really would, because Dylan will dice you up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And so that's kind of what I'm saying with don't be afraid. Just trust your playmakers. There's a reason why you got Dane Key and Isaiah Hunter. You didn't get these guys so you could be hesitant about throwing to them. Let Ja'Cory Barner go make a play. Let Dane Key go. Let Isaiah go. You know what I mean? I feel really good about the skill players that we have. And I think that's maybe what I'm confident in is I really like the skill guys that we have. And I think they can outplay Michigan. I don't think Michigan's defense or their secondary is what we've seen in the past 4 or 5 years from them.
No,
we can do it.
They still have talent though. Like that's the one thing about Michigan is like on paper, they're going to be more talented than Nebraska. They've got the Jimmies and the Joes. We'll see about the X's and O's. They won't have their head coach, Biff. And I think it's going to come down to Dana Holgorsen scoring more points than the Michigan offense. I really do. Because I am, and I don't know if are we done with Houston Christian? Like, are we just going on to Michigan? Like, we've got 15 minutes till the Michigan guys come on. But
That's fine. Yeah.
It's
It's just about Nebraska. This is about us.
yes,
Not about Houston Christian.
yeah. This
It's
is about us.
What we do well. And
Yes, and I just think after watching this team for 3 games, what I know we do well, I think we do really well is passing the ball, moving the offense down the field. I don't know about red zone. I think we're not very good at that.
that's true.
But I know for a fact that just what my eyes have told me, and even PFF has told me, that our run defense has issues. And we said it before the season. Sure. And now big bad Michigan's coming in the door. Their running back's averaging over 7 yards a carry. And he's really good.
Yeah.
And so that worries me a lot. I don't know about you guys. Like, is there anything if you look at these two teams, is there anything else that just like stands out to you that worries you on why Nebraska can't get it done?
That worries.
Yes.
Well, I just think overall, both sides of the ball, it's going to be the lines, the line play.
Yes.
That's going to be the main thing that we're going to be looking for. That's the main talking point. Right?
My main worry is Underwood running all over the field.
Oh, Bryce.
That's my number one worry. The only reason I say that is because Brandon Sorsby did it, and the reason they lost that game is because they didn't have the talent around Sorsby to make up for it. How many balls were dropped? How many, like the running back, they didn't start getting him in the game until late in the game. I'm just worried that with Underwood running the ball and the talent around him making up for the in-betweens, I predicted this as a loss. And I don't know that anything's really changed my mind. They lost Oklahoma, but I think Oklahoma's good. So
sure.
Yeah. I don't know that my mind has been changed. I don't know if I've seen anything out of Nebraska where I'm like, whoa, right now. The only real Power 4 team that they've played, it was so close and it was a nail biter all the way up until the end. Like always, I just don't know that there's anything.
Well, okay. So here's another point that we can be confident in. I know we were kind of going over the run defense and how that might be a little shaky. But let's shout out the pass defense. Okay. I went over it yesterday. I forget the exact numbers, but it was like Cincinnati, 69 yards. Akron, 50 something. Houston Christian, 60 something.
Yeah.
Like this pass defense is on one right now. And I don't know how much stock you want to take into this, but Sorsby has been playing very well.
Yep.
Like literally he had like 10 completions and 5 touchdowns or something just a nutty stat.
He got like player of the week, had like the highest PFF rating as a quarterback this week in college football. So,
and he probably played Dingus State or something.
He played in FCS school.
Right.
So did a lot of other people. So it's hard to take in all that, nobody knows anything. The preseason is over. This is regular season football now.
Yeah. That's what sucks is like we talk about the PFF grades and stuff. And it's like, well, yeah, we played Houston Christian this week and Michigan played Oklahoma week 2. Like nobody actually knows. You don't have like a good gauge on anything at this point. And I do not like this part of the year because you start talking about Michigan and like Big Ten play and you're like, okay, well, what did we do well? What did they do bad? And you're like, well, it doesn't really matter because they played a nobody from wherever. Like it just, nothing really equates to what the team actually is.
And before you get into it, Kyle, like I can't see the comments, but I'm just going to tell you right now. Yes, we know PFF is not the end all be all. We know that. But it's, hey, you're talking about it, aren't you?
What? Well, isn't it?
You're doing this all over our Twitter and all over our Zoom or whatever the fuck this is, StreamYard.
Isn't it funny though that PFF doesn't matter, but then like some of the guys that we look at their PFF grades, they actually don't play well with the eye test or PFF. So like they don't grade well. Right. Like I remember like one year was like Turner had like a 0. Like he had like a 0 for a pass grade. Like my eye test tells me he did have a 0. He was that bad. He was a non-factor. So I don't know. Sometimes PFF is wrong. You're right. But like, there's other times where I'm like, dude, my eye test told me one thing, and PFF said, "Yeah, you're right."
You know what the PFF? You know what their office looks like? It's just a bunch of monkeys at computers putting in numbers. Just
throwing shit at the wall, hoping it sticks.
That's all it is, man.
Oh, it sticks.
And look, we'll post the monkey numbers, and we'll get 200 likes. Sure. And guess what? All those likes that we get are probably from monkeys at their computer too. just little bot monkeys.
No,
Beep,
they're
beep,
not
beep, beep,
monkeys. They're piggies.
yeah, there you go. But just like on the secondary, a little bit more. Can't help but like the guys they got. And I was telling Mike yesterday, is Sierra right? I asked, is Sierra right even on this team?
Right.
Is he even on the field?
Right.
And Andrew Marshall's playing pretty good. So do I think the secondary is as good as this? No.
I think they're
But
good.
I don't think they're like way far off. I think they're pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Like, are they going to finish number 1 in the country? I think they're number 1 right now. I mean, I have to imagine they're number 1, right? In yards given up. Are they going to end number 1? Probably not.
Probably
But
not.
Could they be top 25? Sure.
Can Nebraska use them as a strength, though? Like, they have to, right? So Michigan, they know your weakness. They know that you had trouble stopping the run. So can Nebraska send more guys to stop the run and rely on those guys? Is going to be the real test in the game.
Listen, the secondary, Emmett and Dylan Rhule were the reason that we won against Cincinnati. They were the reason.
Yeah.
And so the game plan, and we talked about this, like John Butler not coming out and saying like, yeah, this was our game plan. Dana did it for the offense, but we asked like John Butler, like, what was the game plan? What was your plan out here? And he talked about like Brandon Sorsby kind of turning this into a high school football game. Yeah. And I really think that's what you're going to see. You're going to see that exact same game plan against Michigan. Either you are going to run it and run it and run it and just burn a bunch of clock, or we're going to force Underwood to try to make throws. Like sure, you can take off. We'll try to tackle you in space. You can run around the field. But as long as our secondary shows up and takes away their passing game and makes them just run with the quarterback and the running back, I think that is the ultimate goal.
Yeah, Bryce Underwood strikes me as once you go off script, that's where his bag is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sure, you can draw up plays and all that, but I just feel like, Kyle, like you said, the playground aspect, that's where he gets a little chub and he's like, yeah, that's where it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, will Nebraska be able to get creative, bringing blitzes? And John Butler, you were in the NFL for a long time. You know, you would think this guy will be able to draw up a little something.
I hope
for
so.
Bryce, because he's, you know, he played in Oklahoma, you know, at Gaylord Stadium, whatever they call it. He's been in an environment before. Okay, this is not going to be completely foreign to him, even though we want to believe it is. He played at a loud stadium before. Okay,
Yeah,
we just need to be a little louder.
Yeah, we got to be louder.
But can we show him some things he's never seen before and make him get in his own head and start questioning? Right? Instead of the Nebraska football team questioning themselves and, am I in the right fit? Am I playing this right? Oh no, I turned the ball over. Oh no, what's going to happen next? Can we make our opponent fucking do that?
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Well, your true freshman quarterback. Yeah, you have to turn the field into a big question mark.
Yeah.
Like
Confuse the shit out of him.
Look, dude,
pre-snap.
You can try to run all over the place around here, and yeah, you might get 5-10 yards here and there, but like you're not going to throw on us. That's what I want to see. I want to see him turning it into just a one-dimensional kind of panicking, running around the field because he doesn't know where he can throw the ball. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
And I don't know his numbers. I don't know his completion percentage or QBR.
It's almost a coin flip.
I'm sure
his completion percentage is almost a coin flip.
Yeah.
Less than 60%.
Okay.
I think it's like 54, 58, somewhere in there.
Okay.
So it's a coin flip. This team has not been challenged to make Bryce Underwood beat them with his arm. It has not happened yet.
Now, yeah. So I'm curious, and maybe we asked BluebyNinety, like going into the Oklahoma game, were they treating Bryce with kid gloves and basically saying, hey, we don't want to make things too crazy for you, your first road game, etc. Like, we want to keep things very simple. And I just feel like coming here,
But he didn't run. So like to me, like simple, like backyard bullshit would be, all right, Bryce, let's do some zone reads. Let's use your legs. Let's get you out of the pocket a little bit.
right?
Like with his skill set, right? He didn't even run until week 3 against who'd they play?
Central
Michigan.
Yeah.
directional.
Like he didn't really run at all. So like to me,
I know.
if the game plan was that going in Oklahoma, where it's like, yeah, we're not going to let him use his legs and let's just test out his arm, and it didn't work obviously. So
Yeah.
I hope that it's not like building momentum off of Central Michigan, where it's like, well, we learned that Bryce can run the ball really well.
That's what.
Well,
Biff figured it out.
Yeah.
It wasn't Sharon. It was Biff.
Yeah, of course.
That's why.
Why. Fuck you, Biff.
I think that's why BluebyNinety might want old Biff on the sidelines instead of Sharon, because when Sharon coached, Bryce wasn't running very much.
Yes.
Curiously, Biff's like, bruh, Bryce, let it go. Use your little leg. So I don't know.
I think there is something in our bag, if you will, like on our side for the game, and that is, does Michigan have do they have an identity right now? You've got Bryce Underwood, who can really run the ball. You can get into the option. You can have a big quarterback run game. Or are they pass heavy? Or are they more of like a pro style offense where they're just relying on elite running backs in the backfield? I think that's something Sharon Moore is like trying to figure out. Like, what do we want to do here? Under Brady Hoke, they loved the option game and they loved running that like spread offense.
Sure.
And then it kind of turned into, okay, now we're going to go ahead and get all of our running backs in the game, get this big elite offensive lineman. Yeah, under Harbaugh. Yeah.
Forum.
And they win the national championship. And now you've got a new head coach that's like, okay, well, now we've got a quarterback that can run. So, like, what do we do? So now they're testing all these different things. I mean, that's something that is on our side because there's really nothing been established, I don't think.
Well, and JJ McCarthy ran a lot. And they did a little bit of that with him. But it'll just be interesting to see how he fares in this environment. I know our guys will be getting on here in a couple minutes. I think one might already be in there.
Is he in there?
One of them is, I think. But okay. Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know. I like your point, Kyle. Does Michigan have an identity on offense yet? Is it just ground and pound? Like, because their running back's really damn good. He's over 7 yards a carry. He has 5 touchdowns on the ground. Like he's good. He's a really good running back. He ran all over Oklahoma in a losing effort. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if your running back is running for 7 yards a carry, I think that's what you lean on. And I don't think if you're Sharon or Biff, you want to venture too far away from what's gotten you a natty, even though you cheated.
Can't wait to.
What are you gonna talk about that?
Well, at some point before they leave the show, we have to just get their opinion on it. You
already know what their fucking opinion's gonna be.
Don't matter.
They're gonna hold their pinkies up and go, "Get over it.
Yeah,
just win, baby." And I would agree. Hey,
there we go. Look,
and I would agree with that. By the way,
yeah, I would agree too. Get a natty when you can get it.
Says the biggest Mark McGuire fan on the planet, right here. Do what you got to do.
Okay. Well, I think we're at the portion of the show where we could probably add them in.
We're adding them to the stage.
Let's add them to the stage, and let's talk to BluebyNinety.
BluebyNinety, our resident Michigan football, and I guess Michigan athletics, and as a whole, experts. Hey, fellas, how are you doing?
Doing. I mean, I don't know about experts, but hey, we're here. We're here. Were we talking about some manufactured story? You guys spent 30 minutes talking about cheating.
Oh no, we didn't do that. We talked about 30
I just came in here and I heard 3 words.
That was the first thing I heard.
Oh, weird.
Hey, that was by design because I knew you guys would give a little bug up your ass about it. Even though,
hey, look, you guys know a little something about that. The walk-on program and everything in the 90s. It was all level playing field, I'm sure. I heard the stories.
No steroids in Lincoln. None.
Never.
Ever.
Not once.
No.
Not once.
No.
Not
in East Lansing either. Tony Mandrich.
Oh, man.
No. There's been no cheating in college football ever until Michigan.
Ever.
Hey,
Ever.
I don't want to talk about Michigan State's athletic trainers. I feel like we'd go down a really dark rabbit hole there. Let's not, shall we?
But we're not going to do that.
No. Hey, so before we accepted you guys onto the stage here, Kyle Byers was kind of making a good point, and maybe it's not a good point. Maybe it's not. I don't know, but you guys tell us. Under Harbaugh, everybody knew what you were, identity-wise, especially on offense. Now you got Sharon and old Biff over there, and you got Bryce, who's a little bit of a more different quarterback and pretty good running back in Justice Haynes. Like, are you still that Michigan, or is your identity kind of in flux? Like, what's the deal with that?
I think we want to be the ground and pound, still have that smash mentality. I mean, it's funny because you say that was the Harbaugh mentality, and it was, but smash, which is still our thing, came from Sharon, actually when he was the OC. But I think, to be honest with you, we're trying to figure out how to use a quarterback like Bryce Underwood because we all love JJ McCarthy, right? He's our GOAT, I would say, of our lifetime, essentially. But still, JJ was not what Bryce was, 3 games into his career at 18 years old, right? And so I think that we're in real time being like, holy shit, we have like a generational talent at quarterback and probably should use him a little bit and not just run the ball 1,000 times.
I would agree with that. I think it is a little bit in flux. You're trying to figure out who you are, what works with this, new play caller and Chip Lindsey coming in from North Carolina. He's worked with Gus Malzahn over the years at Auburn and UCF. So you're just trying to figure out what is going to work with the way the roster has been built. I also think you got to recruit receivers, and part of that's showing them that you are willing to put the ball in the air. And I think you're seeing that a little bit more. And I think Michigan is probably a little more willing to throw the football, even when they had JJ. Like, you guys saw it. That national championship run, they really kind of put him away and leaned on Blake Corum and Donovan Edwards and Kalel Mullings and these guys. So I think for Michigan is trying to figure out how to become modernized in that sense, and take advantage of the next, 2.5 years of Bryce Underwood, which I try not to be hyperbolic. On our show with Justin and I the other day, I said he would be the number 1 overall pick in 2028, and I stand by that. He is that good.
Wow.
Okay.
I mean, it's not I don't think it's a crazy
Are we wrong
prediction.
in that? Like, I know you got, I mean, we have 3 games. It's a small sample size, but literally taking just the 3 games, I think to Tanner's point, it's more so off of like, okay, his body, his arm talent, the maturity already. Like, is that a crazy statement?
Yeah, I think a little bit. Like, so, okay, you guys had a guy that had more arm talent than he did, and Joe Milton. So I won't say like base things just off. I've
seen Bryce layer the ball in ways that JJ could do, but he didn't have the arm that Bryce has. So like, Joe Milton had a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I think Joe, if he gets an opportunity in the NFL, I think he could be pretty good. You guys are kind of going through the same freshman growing pain type stuff I think we went through with Dylan last year. Now Bryce has completed a little less than 60% of his passes. I haven't watched. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't watched a single Michigan game. So like I'm not dogging or anything. I just looked at the numbers.
Just a box score watcher, classic.
No, I'm not a box score watcher. What I did is I wanted to look at Dylan through his first 3 games, and then I looked at Bryce Underwood through his first 3 games. So I think you guys saw a lot of the wow. You guys have seen like the layered throws. Like Dylan has been able to do that as well. But the aspect of his game that we didn't finally see until Central Michigan is the ability to run the football. It seems like. Do you guys have do you know why they didn't want to run him early? Is it because Sharon was sidelined, or why is Michigan finally utilizing his legs, which I thought would have been like, especially with a young quarterback, like usually young quarterbacks, it's a run first mentality. It's like, hey, if it's not there, go. Right. Where like it seems like it was almost like reversed in the first few games for Michigan is they really wanted to test his pocket presence, and then against Central Michigan, they're like, all right, let's just take the reins off him and let him go. So, like, what are your guys' thoughts on utilizing him in the run game, and maybe why they didn't do it early? And obviously, I think they're going to do it a lot against Nebraska.
Well, I'm going to say this. You say finally. It was game 3 of his career.
Right. But like I said, but like a true freshman, usually it's one of those, like, they don't usually look at their progressions down the field. Usually the game has to, it has to.
Yeah, I mean, so I think
running first.
I think honestly, you're still figuring out how good he is and what he can read and what he can't read and all that stuff. Okay. I also think that they are genuinely a bit scared of him getting injured because the drop off from him to the next guy is significant. And I think that Biff came out after our game versus Oklahoma and was like, No, we were just trying to take the air out of the ball, win it by, our really good defense, and it didn't work. And basically they just kind of admitted like they kind of screwed up, and they didn't allow him to do what he obviously has shown to do. And so it literally, Tanner, how many times has Biff said it in his couple press conferences this week and after the game? He's like, there is nothing out of the playbook right now for like, they are completely going to let him do his thing.
Yeah. And to Justin's point, Michigan brought in Mikey Keene from Fresno State, who was with Chip Lindsey at UCF as kind of their bridge quarterback. And he's been hurt since the spring. He didn't participate much in spring. He didn't play in the spring game. He didn't participate a whole lot in fall camp. So you're looking at him as maybe your starter, around January, February, depending on, you don't know what Bryce is going to be going through those 15 spring practices and then into fall camp. He's just now been listed as questionable on the injury report. To Justin's point, Jaden Davis is a redshirt freshman. He has not thrown a pass in a Michigan uniform. Jake Garcia, former big-time recruit, bounced around from I think he was at Miami, he was at Missouri, ECU, comes to Michigan as kind of like a break in case of emergency kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I will say, being at the stadium on Saturday, watching Michigan play, seeing him take off, it was like, oh, this is cool. And I was like, please get down. And yes, it's Central Michigan, but he just trucked 3 linebackers, and just got up and brushed his shoulders off. So,
yeah.
Maybe he has just got that physicality. I think he's certainly a kid that's probably got some room to add to his frame as he gets older, that can withstand those hits and be more of a runner later in his career. But yeah, without Bryce, this offense just looks like last year's probably.
Right.
So you want to keep him as fresh as possible. And, there's a few design runs. I think one of his touchdowns was on the design, but then he had the play action pass out of the under center and runs for a touchdown. So he's a guy that he sees space. He's looking to throw, but if not, he'll tuck it and go.
Yeah, I think honestly, around here, it's watch out for Bryce's legs. And honestly, just sitting here as a Nebraska fan who's a little jaded, but I'm starting to come around to being more positive. I just think that they will just let him go, right? They're going to take the training wheels off, and it's just going to be, dude, if you want to chuck the ball, do it. I just think they're going to let him loose, but that's just me.
Well, it's nice for us to have a quarterback that he wants to be himself. He doesn't want to be any other quarterbacks, out there. Maybe there's a professional, a quarterback in the NFL or something. He's trying to be himself. He's not trying to emulate or trying too hard.
Anyway, okay, so fuck you.
Rainbows and butterflies.
Hey, you know what? Can't even argue with you.
That's the tough part.
So going into this game, I think a lot of Nebraska fans, they're looking at Michigan, and I think probably the biggest worry on both sides of the ball is just the line play in general. And I see Justice with this 8 yards per carry, and I'm like, shit. Now, is our worry as Nebraska fans, does that align with what you guys have seen from Michigan? Just the strength of your lines as it has been in the past?
It's not quite there. It's not a 2023 offensive line and not a 2023/2024 defensive line. They're good. They're good. I know you guys are a bunch of box score watchers and just look at the stats and don't watch the game. So let me break it down for you. I will say, Justice has broken some big runs that skew that stat quite a bit, right? He's got multiple 40, 50, 60-yard runs. He's got a long one in every game right now. So, it hasn't been like a Blake Corum-esque where it's 7 yards a pop and he's just falling forward every single time. It's been all right, smash into the wall, smash into the wall, smash into the wall. All right, we're going to break one. I think, I'd be worried about it because they do have multiple guys, in Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall that can break that. And our O-line is, Gio El-Hadi, our captain, is going to be out this week. They're still trying to figure it out. I thought Crippen played really well, our center, on Saturday. But I don't know. Tanner, I don't know that would be my biggest worry on Saturday if we were talking about it.
I mean, it's certainly not the level of the Big Ten championship teams at offensive line. There's no Olu Oluwatimi. There's no Zach Zinter. There's no Trevor Key, and all guys in the NFL right now. But they've had some injuries, right? El Hadi was expected to have a big year. Didn't play great in the time that he was kind of on the field, which sucks because, we've done some stuff with Gio. He's a great guy. And he's a big dude. He's a strong dude. I think just inconsistency for him. So hopefully when he gets back. But in terms of this game, they've been kind of shuffling guys around. Their left tackle battle went into fall camp with 5-star freshman Andrew Babalola getting hurt out for the season. So by default, it was Evan Link, who was the right tackle last year, had some struggles, but has been a bit better this year. But yeah, they're not going to come out necessarily and maul you. I think the thing that they need to do is get to the second level. That's been those big runs when they're able to get off those initial blocks, get to the linebackers in the secondary. That allows Haynes to kind of spring a run and bust those long ones. But Justin, he did actually really have a long one Saturday. He had a 70-yarder get called back due to a holding.
True.
He ran for 104 yards with his long being 20. So, I saw some comments and replies to some of the things that you guys tagged us in, which we love the collaboration. Some Nebraska fans saying, oh, his stats are just a little jaded. It's like, well, it still happened. That run still counts.
Like, I hate when people say, like, well, if you take out the 99-yard run, it's like, dude, but he had it. It literally resulted in a touchdown, which is very important. And anyway, Kyle, did you have something?
Yeah. Okay. So we played Cincinnati week 1. It was a close win, which around here we're not used to. But the narrative was like, everybody was kind of nervous. They're like, that didn't look as good. We thought we'd like blow out Cincinnati for some reason. Yeah. But then we kind of gave out the warning that was like, hey, we're going to play we're going to play Akron, and then we're playing Houston Christian of all people. And it's like, we're going to blow these two teams out of the water. And then, of course, after week 3, everybody's going to be like, oh, we're so good. Like, oh, we fixed everything and everything's fine. Yeah, rank us. So Husker Nation in general is feeling pretty good about themselves. And I was just curious, after week 3 now for you guys, where are Michigan fans? Like, are you guys nervous? Are there some just glaring issues that you're like, oh God, we got to get this stuff fixed? I was just curious. Like, Nebraska's, I think after the 2 blowouts, it's like, yeah, we're so back. And it's like, yeah, come on.
Justin, I'm going to take this one real quick and let you hop in. My wife's a Nebraska graduate. So this is always a nerve-wracking game for me, week for me.
Yeah.
My company, one of their home offices is in Omaha. I work at that office, got a lot of friends. They like to talk a lot of trash. I got a lot of friends in Omaha. I lived in Omaha for 10 years, as you guys know. So for me, I'm always nervous for this game because I know the ramifications. It's that my phone won't stop ringing. That I don't talk shit to these people after Michigan wins, no disrespect, by 35 or 31 in the last few years. But the moment that they beat Michigan, I'm not going to hear the end of it. So I'm nervous in that regard. In terms of where we're kind of sitting, I still feel pretty good. I thought 9-3, 10-2 coming into the season. Certainly still think that's achievable. The loss to Oklahoma definitely was a bit of a stinker in terms of what we expected after seeing Bryce the first time. But I think that's a good experience for him. I think that's going to help him in the long run, even just this year, let alone next year in his junior year. So I still feel pretty good. Still some questions defensively for me against a competent passing offense. I think the defense has been pretty solid, but Ematir is a Heisman favorite at this point, but he got us a couple times. And so I want to see how our secondary, you guys have some good receivers. I know Dane Key's a guy that Michigan fans really wanted to come in this portal in the offseason. So I feel pretty good, but there's still some question marks on the team.
Yeah, I'm sitting, I would say, like, cautiously optimistic, honestly, right? You see the flashes, you see where, like, okay, we could be really good, but I don't know that. I mean, Saturday versus Central they did put it all together, but it was Central, right? So you're like, okay, you need to be honest, I think we actually said this on our podcast earlier this week. Both of us are going into this, you guys and us, like, this is a measuring stick as to where you're really at for this season.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, okay, are you for real or are you not for real? And so neither of us knows that right now. And sadly, we're no better than any fan out there. We're like total roller coaster of emotions. Bryce looks really good against New Mexico. And we're like, oh my God, Heisman. Then the Oklahoma game comes and he's, not a great showing. But then he goes out versus Central and goes crazy, and we're all like, okay, we're back. Yeah. And then we're talking about 2028, number 1 draft pick.
I stand by that, regardless of what he does this year. He is just too physically talented. I stand by it.
I'm pretty much with you there. But I think that, I think we're sitting here like, I wouldn't be shocked at any way this game. I'd be shocked if you guys absolutely dominated us, to be honest. I'd probably be shocked if we absolutely dominated you, to be honest, too. So I think it's going to be a close game. It's weird because we also are sitting here like we don't have a Big Ten championship, national championship expectations for 2025. I don't think. We're sitting here with a freshman quarterback looking towards 2026 and 27, probably more so, to be like, all right, we are, those could be the years if we add a few pieces. And so I think this game, though, is super important for the trajectory of both seasons. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Okay. And I know we're going to start to kind of wrap up, but the thing I kind of want to throw out to you guys is, you threw a little bit of shade to our boy, which is fine. And we're hoping that he's going to be a high NFL draft pick himself. Dylan Rhule, he's played very well these past 3 games. Little bit overshadowed at the beginning of the season. You had a lot of Lagway love.
Yeah, that guy's fucking terrible. You want to talk about arm talent? If you want to talk about measurables, Lagway's your guy. And it's kind of the whatever.
I know.
I'm just God.
And the Arch Manning glaze. Fine. But our boy Dylan was overshadowed. Are you letting your Dylan Rhule hate cloud your judgment, or like what do you guys think about him coming up? You're not nervous? He's going to do a Patrick Mahomes Chiefs 0-2, by the way. Hopefully we can play a little bit better than him this past weekend. But like, what's your perception of Dylan right now?
Go for it, Tanner.
I think he's a super talented kid, right? He was a top 10 recruit, 5-star coming out of high school. And, he had an interesting kind of recruitment, committed to 3 different schools. Ours committed only 2, if you're counting. I'm not one to just, get on Twitter and make fun of somebody for their, their Halloween costume or anything like that. And that actually came out as more of a shot than I wanted to. I don't give a shit about that stuff. I really don't. Like, can he play football or not? Yeah. He's had a really good last couple of weeks. I mean, he had good completion percentage stats against Cincinnati, but it was, 5.8 yards an attempt, right? So, and a lot of that's probably the way Cincinnati was playing Nebraska defensively. And the first game, with Holgerson as the full-time OC this year, kind of a weird situation last year. I'm sure you guys know way more about that than us. But, he's a kid that I've seen make big-time throws. Like last year, early in the season when I was watching, I think you guys were playing an FCS school. Regardless of opponent, though, he looked off the safety, and the moment he saw the safety break, he threw like a post route for a touchdown, sidearmed. And I was like, okay, I see what people are seeing with this kid. But I don't know what it's going to look like. I think this game's probably going to be a bit more of a rock fight, if I had to guess. I think you're going to have to rely a little bit on Emmett Johnson. I think, they were a little banged up on Saturday. I think they'll probably get some of those guys back. Their second corner, Zeke Berry, was out. There's potential. There's some rumblings, Justin, that Rod Moore finally might be returning to the field. He was out all of last year, but was a 3-year starter at safety, has been all Big Ten. He's a stud at safety, and he's kind of the quarterback of that secondary, getting guys to line up where they need to be. So it's going to be interesting, man. I think, Michigan does some different things with their edges. They have Jayshon Barham, who's a linebacker, but can also come off the edge. So they've got some pass rush ability. I think their run defense, I think Mateer was a different challenge. We talked about Rhule. He's more so a guy that will run when he needs to, but he's not really looking to run. He will take off every so often. So I think Michigan maybe is able to pin the ears back a little bit more, knowing that he's not going to kill him like Mateer did.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think it is kind of funny for you guys. There really isn't like any national love for Rhule at this point, right? Like it's pretty, which I would think that the big talk this week would be like 5-star versus 5-star at QB, right? Like how many times do you have 5 stars going at it, especially at the quarterback position? So yeah, I think that it's not that I'm not like scared of him. I just think that I don't know how many times we've seen, speaking of putting it all together, like against a quality opponent. I mean, you guys can answer this better than I can. Like, how many times has he really put a full game, like really good game together against a quality opponent?
Well, I think, Wisconsin immediately comes to mind. We worked Wisconsin last year, broke that losing streak, thank God. That's when Holgerson came in and changed a lot. So
yeah, it's kind of tough because it's like the tale of two halves. Tanner alluded to it earlier, but it's like when you lose your OC in the middle of the season and a guy just comes in out of the street and starts calling plays immediately, like it's kind of weird because Dylan got better and now he's at like a full offseason with Dana, and Dana's been preaching just, hey, high percentage plays. And that's what everybody's been seeing is you call it dink and dunk, but if you turn the TV on Sundays, that's what every NFL quarterback's doing is they're taking what the defense gives you. Then those guys break plays. And next thing you know, you score touchdowns. So let me ask you guys this, give me one thing you're confident about with Michigan, one thing you're worried about with Nebraska, and your score prediction. I want each of your guys' those three things, and we'll get you out of here.
You want to take it or do you want me to?
You go ahead. I got to think about it.
All right. This is going to
your own team. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is I think this is going to be kind of a hot take, but the one thing that I'm confident in about our team is Bryce Underwood at this point. Okay. And my take on that is like, yes, he made mistakes against Oklahoma. I don't think that game was lost on him. I really don't. It wasn't like he made or broke that game for Michigan. So I do feel very confident in his ability to go out there and make plays when they need to make plays against even a quality opponent. So that's my first one. I think that, to be honest, again, I'm not saying I just talked about Dylan, but I think that our secondary is not the same secondary that we've had the past 3 years as well. We've got some young talent. Like Tanner said, Rod Moore's coming back. We haven't seen him in a long time. Like, he hasn't played at all in a long time.
Since the national championship.
So, how's he going to be in his first game back in 18 months or whatever, right? So I think that the passing game, you watch John Mateer, he did tear us apart at times. And I think that they had him on the ropes a lot on third down, and he made magic happen. And Rhule he can do that, right? And so, so I think that would be the one thing that I'm nervous about is just like, all right, how's Nebraska's passing game going to be against or I guess more so, how's Michigan secondary going to hold up on that? Because like you guys said, the stats, I mean, he has had great stats through 3 games. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah. I kind of talked about this a little bit earlier, being a little unsure, but I am somewhat confident in the run game, especially Marlon Klein. We haven't talked about, but he was tight end 1 coming in. He had 6 catches for 94 yards and a touchdown in week 1, gets hurt the week of the Oklahoma game in practice, has like a size 17 shoe on with some tape, some spat over it, and I don't think he had any snaps that game. He played a little bit Saturday. They also got Hogan Hansen back, who was their tight end 2, who's a big-time recruit last year coming in. I think those guys are going to help in the run game if they're healthy. So I feel, with Haynes and Marshall, I really like that duo. And then Bryce has added ability to run and showing more designed runs with him. I think the defense is going to have more to think about. And then the concern for me is the same as Justin. Like, I'm really concerned about coverage busts because they're really young. And if Rod Moore plays, I don't know what he's going to look like. I got to think there would be less busts because he's just been in the program for so long. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's kind of the big concern for me is we saw Michigan. They had him backed up at the 5-yard line after a good punt, and then they get like a 45-yard throw in this midfield already. They had some busts on some double moves against Oklahoma, against Cincinnati, but Central Michigan rather. I saw a couple times there was a double move that got Jair Hill, who's our number 1 corner, Central Michigan. So the safety's able to get over the top, but Rhule might see that throw a dime and the safety can't react in time. So a little concern about the coverage bust for sure.
Okay. You guys both left out the most important part. I need
he didn't say it, so I didn't say it. I didn't know.
Score prediction?
Each of you, and we'll send you on your way.
That's right.
I'm going 31-24 Michigan. I think it's a back and forth game where I think it comes down, somewhat to the fourth quarter. I think it's going to be a fun one.
Right
Yeah,
on.
I've got 27-20, and I would just like to say I'm sorry I'm not going to see you guys on Saturday. My wife's cousin has a wedding.
Yep, that's
And
the
we're
worst.
Michigan.
A what?
The worst kind of people in the world.
Do you know what next week is for Michigan? For these two lovely people, Michigan grads, by the way. It's the bye week.
Oh,
Wow.
weird.
Yeah.
It's tough. Tough look.
YouTube TV on my phone is going to be crucial.
Justin, are you making the trip yet, or no? You just
I am not.
last time either. So
I know. I'm scared. Well, I'm scared of you guys in person.
Obviously,
you guys beat me up.
We hung out the one time, though.
yeah, we came to Ann Arbor. Jared and I did. We had a good time.
You guys threw the bones at Taylor Lewan at the nicest steakhouse in Ann Arbor.
Hey, you know what? He was there.
And I say you guys, it was you, Mike. It was just you.
Yeah, as I should, right? Like,
Yeah.
we knew what was going to happen when we went to Ann Arbor. We knew the team wasn't very good. So
We knew we were going to get our ass kicked.
So
we had to
why
do
not
something.
enjoy myself before the game?
Hey.
And guess what I did? I enjoyed myself.
You know what we figured?
Except mead. That's weird shit, man.
That was
weird shit.
that's the folks getting married. So
The
now it's
mead
all
people?
connecting. Yeah.
Oh, the
That-
mead
Yeah.
people.
Justin, you know the mead spot in Ann Arbor? You ever heard of this?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took us there, and I was like, "What? Can we go somewhere with Bud Light?"
Crazy. I'm like, I didn't even know what mead was. They're like, it's like honey wine. I'm like, nah. Can I get a Busch Light somewhere?
Fucking pinkies up and everything.
Yeah, it was wild. They had like these little.
Well, we're just talking about Connor Stallions with the pinkies up. Back to full circle. moment here. Hey, I just want to say, you guys' presentation is freaking awesome. Like Justin and I, we just do StreamYard with just him and I. And you guys got the in person, the camera cuts. Man, it's awesome to see. You guys are crushing it.
And I'm jealous. They're just drinking beer, and I didn't grab one. Now I'm like, man, that looks good.
Justin, we say if you come to Nebraska, we will wine and dine you with Nebraska Brewing Company beer.
He said
you
he's
would
scared.
You would have been sitting next to Jared in the seat.
Oh,
Here you are,
I know.
still hanging out in Ann Arbor. Can't make a drive to a road trip.
The next time, Justin, we're going.
All
right,
I'm thinking we're going. And if you guys don't mind doubling up, and since I went out there in 23,
You did.
So next time,
we had fun, Tanner.
come back. We'll have to get Clayton Anderson to do a live concert at our tailgate. We'll throw out the red carpet for you guys.
Okay. I mean, I make road trips. I don't know if you know this or not. I go to all the Big Ten stadiums. So it's just
Well, hey, don't be too hard. We're gonna go to East Lansing.
I want to go,
Like an
but
hour drive.
play Michigan State in Lincoln this year. So I'll be going to that game.
Well, if you're ever get a chance, man, East Lansing is we had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
I'll be rooting for you in that game.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. What? I will only agree with you if you wear red that game. That game. You have to.
I don't wear red
Oh,
very
for
often.
Oh, weird.
It's either red or green, Justin. Come on, pick a side. And I know you ain't picking green.
Didn't you hear a lot of our guys said it this week? They all said, well, they wear red and we don't like that. So doesn't sound good for you guys. That's all I'm saying.
Freaking maize and blue. Fucking maize is corn color.
You guys could have had it and you didn't. You guys could have had this way back when.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. All right, guys. Make sure you guys go follow BluebyNinety. If you want just like all the Michigan takes, you guys go follow them on all their social platforms. They're good guys. We had a great time in Ann Arbor with them. We appreciate both of you coming on the show. I hope I can get out on one of your shows this week. And may the best team win on Saturday.
The Bussin' Bowl.
The Bussin'
Bowl.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank
you
you
guys, man. This is always fun. I wish we played more because we might need to do this for basketball just so we can chop it up.
We can. We definitely can. I've got a seat next to me in that game too. So someday if you want to make a road trip to an away game.
Yeah, I know this was like 10 years ago and we're going off track, but what was that? Like 8 years ago? Wagner.
Oh, that was
Didn't he drop like 20 in the second half to win?
No, we beat
Michigan.
Michigan in Lincoln.
But I think they beat us later. And they like demolished us later.
Oh no, that's right. He dropped the 20 in the Big Ten tournament. Yeah.
When it mattered. Yeah.
We don't have to talk about it.
Nebraska Bowl was very fun for a run there with like the new arena opening up and everything. I was like, I was believing in Nebraska Bowl, to be honest.
Yeah, just it hurts.
They probably recommend you don't. It's not.
We love pain, but you see this crown above my head? We won the
See it?
fucking crown. You can't even see it. The camera's
Crown, baby.
Fine, I got it.
The tournament that matters, man.
Yes, the crown. Baby. Yeah, how many crown wins does Michigan have?
Fucking.
Oh, shit. They
fuck.
got us there.
Yeah, we didn't try to call a timeout when we didn't have any left in the crown tournament.
Sorry, that happened in the Final Four. I don't know if you guys know what the round of 32 is.
No, we don't know. We don't know anything.
64. We don't know what 65
Yeah, we don't really
is.
know what 60.
Well, you've been there a few times. You just never got
Right.
You know what the round of 64 is. It's fine.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
Hey, thank you again to you
Yeah,
guys.
thank you guys.
No,
Michigan men.
there we
Appreciate you.
go. Thank you guys for
Thanks,
having
guys.
us. It's been fun.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks,
it, fellas.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Hey, so let me ask you guys. Their scoring predictions. They both had Michigan pulling out
By
A seven. a 7-point victory.
Yeah.
You're walking out of Memorial Stadium, and it ends up being 31-24, like Justin said. Michigan winning. And it's 5 o'clock. You're walking out. How you feeling about that?
I'm gonna be pissed.
You're gonna be pissed.
Like, here's the thing. I don't expect Nebraska to win. I mean, I'll give my scoring prediction here in a couple minutes, but I don't expect Nebraska to win. But like, we're done with the moral victory bullshit.
Fucking
like,
A.
Nebraska's in the same spot as Michigan right now, as far as like a program goes. Like,
Yes.
Michigan, they've got a true freshman quarterback, all those things, and we're the home team. Like, we need to beat a top 25 team. We need to get that monkey off our back. Like, if you want the checkbox, I think we talked about that. Like, put it on the box. Like, okay, we won a close game, right? We beat the teams we were supposed to beat by happy margins. The next progression is beating a top 25 team, winning a game in Memorial Stadium like that. So, no, I wouldn't be happy about it.
No, of course. Dude, 27 straight losses to ranked teams.
Oh my God.
Nebraska. You know what I want to hear, Kyle? I want to hear Tanner. I want to hear Justin. I want to hear all the Michigan men and Michigan women. I want them all to be saying to us, you ready? You only won because our coach wasn't there. That's what I want to hear fucking for the rest of the season. I want to hear that shit. You only won because our coach wasn't there. Yeah. Fuck you. Maybe you shouldn't have cheated. I mean, you got a natty, but I want to hear that. I want to hear them whine. You only win because of Biff. Because Biff sucks. Okay, so what? A dub's a dub. We break the 27-game losing streak to ranked teams. Fuck this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
How many times? Like,
Wouldn't that be nice?
You know, we lose to teams that are worse than us all the time, or have in the past.
Yeah.
And it was always an excuse, right? It was Taylor Martinez kicked a locker and his toe hurts, or we go to College Station and we get 20 penalties called against us versus Texas A&M only has like 2, or the ref adds a second onto the clock.
Yeah.
Fuck
Or the ref doesn't blow the whistle and we fumble.
Weird.
Like, yeah.
like
Or
the last-
progress.
like
Or
that one
progress
time.
wasn't called. Yeah. Fuck this. Let's do this shit.
Okay, let's do our
Okay.
scoring predictions because you sound really confident. I want you to start.
God damn. You know, I hear about the Eckler effect. I hear about the Holgo effect. These are good effects. I'm going to add another effect. The Bud Crawford effect. I don't think we can downplay. Like, I'm sorry, and maybe I am just
You kind of sound like
You're just
you're sounding
giddy.
like Connor right now.
fuck. I don't think you can deny the kind of, though I want to say momentum, the kind of like galvanization. I feel like that can really galvanize you. And I think you're going to see Bud lead the team out. And I just think, dude, we're going to walk out of that stadium happy, really, really fucking happy. And I think it's going to like, I don't want to say not be close, but I think we're going to kick their ass.
Wow.
I really do.
Wow.
And saying that, I'm going to say Nebraska 30, Michigan 20. I think we're walking out of there going, holy shit, that happened. And not that we're back, but damn.
Like you're walking out of there saying like year 3 is real under Matt Rhule. Like the whole thing. Temple, Baylor, Nebraska, year 3, it builds and it breaks through year 3. That's what you're saying.
Now, does that mean that they finish with 10 wins? Not necessarily. I'm still on the 8, but I think we're walking out of there, Mike, around 5:30, and we're feeling really good. And not because of the $12 beers and your Red Dogs and your Runzas. Okay. I think
none of that is going to happen because the concessions are ass at Memorial Stadium right now. It's still a trauma.
I heard they got better.
No, they didn't. There's still a trauma. Go talk to Section 41.
So 30-20. Fuck it.
Nebraska.
Like, dude, we're going to be feeling good.
KB, what you got?
Man,
Woo! Yeah, do it.
I called this a loss at the beginning of the
I
year.
did too, but it's different.
In the beginning of the show.
It's different.
The beginning of the show, the beginning of the season, I did my research and I said, there's no way.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. Come on. Did I inspire you?
Jared, I think you might have talked me into a win here.
Oh,
We're feeling the vibes. It's the same thing when we did that live tailgate when Tanner was there.
Remember, I was like, oh, fuck it.
Michigan was on their national championship run, and we're like, hey, it could happen. The morning of, we're at the live tailgate, and we're like, we could do it. This could happen. We spent the whole week talking about we're going to get beat by 40 points. And then that morning, we're like, it could happen. Man, you know what? I'm putting my trust in Mike Eckler and Kyle Cunanan, who I shouted out at the beginning of the show. Give me a 27-24 win over Michigan.
Damn.
Nebraska wins it.
Gosh.
Game-winning field goal by Kyle Cunanan
Yes.
at the buzzer.
No way.
Dude, I mean, this is storybook.
This you got to. All right, let me bring you guys back down to earth, okay?
No, I like this feeling. I like this feeling.
Nebraska has not beat a ranked team in a long time.
27 straight.
Nebraska's rush defense is not good. I'm telling you that now.
Damn it.
I am hoping you guys are right. I am hoping I am wrong. Make a clip, put a fucking clown on me in a wig. I don't care. I think Michigan wins by 2 scores. I've been saying it since the beginning of time.
Sure.
Bryce Underwood, if we don't spy him, he's going to run all over us. I think their O-line is going to create massive holes on this D-line. And I think Michigan's going to win 34-24. So call me negative. Call me a realist. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Nebraska wins by fucking 90.
Fun sucker.
You want to hear what? Blue by 90?
Skurs by 90.
We all know how that started. Skurs by 90.
That's right.
That's what we're talking
They stole
about.
that from us.
But I just, until I see it, and this is what I said at the beginning of the year. That's why I was a 7-5 guy. Until I see it with my own eyes, I don't care about what Matt Rhule did at Temple or Baylor and how we played against Akron or Houston Christian.
Mm-hmm.
Until I see Nebraska do something they haven't done in a very long time, I can't say they're going to win a football game. So my heart tells me, oh, yeah, you're going to get it. But my brain tells me, don't be stupid.
Hey, idiot.
Yeah.
It's been 27 straight, dummy.
Yeah. There's a reason it's been 27 straight, dummy. So I got 34-24 Michigan, but I hope Nebraska wins by 90.
Dang.
Yeah, we were having a lot of fun.
You know,
You
we were
were-
having so much fun.
You were, and I was having fun.
You know,
I just figured I'd probably bring it back down.
and
to
then
earth a little
Mike does the Jonestown special, poisoning our Kool-Aid, and now we're dead.
bit. You're
Drink
dead.
it.
Our hope is dead now.
Make sure you're in the chat, guys. Drop your scoring predictions
Well,
in the chat,
I
guys.
was, I'm glad you said that. Did we have any interesting comments?
yeah, with the Michigan guys on.
Like, no offense to the people that did comment. Maybe it is interesting, but Kyle doesn't want to read it. But
Other Brian, regular listener of the show, we
Yeah.
appreciate you, says Butler had to coach DBs to defend against Lamar. You'd like to think he can dial up a good game plan for this weekend. All starts with the D line, which your last statement there scares the shit out of me.
D-line.
It all starts with the D line. Well, I don't think that we have a D line.
Yeah,
So-
I like that analogy because I was going to ask Jared about that when we were talking earlier before they got on.
Mm-hmm.
Was like, John Butler has had to scheme against the Ravens, who are the most creative run team in the NFL, right? Not only do they have Lamar Jackson, but they've always been able to run the ball.
Yeah.
So can he do something with this defense? And one thing I have a question mark for you guys is, has Nebraska been looking ahead to Michigan?
That's what I was-
And
yeah.
have they been preparing for Michigan for multiple weeks?
Yes.
Dude,
yes.
yeah.
Yes.
You would hope, right?
yes.
For sure. They've been looking ahead. And that's
Listen,
okay. That's
and-
okay.
And you can guarantee that things that you saw against Akron and Houston Christian are all things that they were just practicing for Michigan.
Yeah.
You can guarantee it. They were getting reps on specific type of plays
Yeah.
so that they could run it against Michigan. 100%.
I know you were on the field, but against Houston Christian.
Yeah.
So we The one drive we pulled our starters. The whole second defense was in.
Yeah.
And then when they went to 2-minute drill at the end of the half, all the starters came back in because Akron drove their ass down the field on us the game before.
Yeah.
And Matt Rhule brought the entire starting off their defense back in to not let that happen again.
Yeah.
So,
dude, and that's kind of like why I'm okay. So Matt Rhule was at the boxing match with his chains on.
Yeah, looking fresh and clean.
Looking fly. And he's back in the office making a video a few hours later.
Watching tape.
And I just, fuck. Am I buying the horse shit a little bit?
You are.
Of course. Like,
I hope it's true.
I just feel like there's a different mentality. I think it's really honestly changed.
Okay.
You know, I really do. I feel like
for once, I
Yeah.
believe the mentality that it does not matter about the opponent. For once. I mean, they've been saying that for years, but like year 3 under Matt Rhule, when they say we're not worried about the opponent, we're just worried about ourselves and how each individual person is playing. Are they holding themselves to a standard? Are my teammates holding me to a standard? For once, it just feels like we're just playing our game, and to hell with whatever the other people do, as long as we're just playing with our standard. Like, that's all you can ask for. And that's what they're focusing on.
When I hear that story that Matt Rhule tells, and I'm assuming it's true, sometimes I think a few Matt Rhule stories that he tells might be a little embellished or whatever, but I think this one's true. When after the touchdown return, he comes back and he's like, my bad, right? Like, and especially a guy like that who has transferred and
maybe hasn't totally bought in yet, or maybe he has really bought in.
Right.
And that's how he became a starter.
That's the thing. He's really bought in. And that's why he is like playing a lot, when a few months ago we were questioning if he would play at all. Like, I just feel like these players are with it. I like to make the distinction between dogs and killas. And I think we have killas on the squad. And I think we're walking out of the stadium with a 10-point win. And I think we're going, fuck yeah, man. You know?
But they did call it the measuring stick game. So Justin said that right when the game started, or when he came on our show. He called it the measuring stick game. And here's the thing. Maybe Nebraska does beat Michigan. But is it because Nebraska's all that, or is it because Michigan's not? Because that's another thing, too, is even if Nebraska wins this game, even if Michigan wins this game, like, we don't know what these teams are, because this is such a discovery game for both teams, because they haven't played anybody. Michigan played Oklahoma and they lost. They looked bad. So to me, it's just, man.
Heinrich Harburg is going to crack block Ernest Hausmann and decleat him.
That'd be cool.
And we're going to win by 10. Fuck them.
Okay.
Fuck Michigan.
Okay.
Sorry, BluebyNinety. You're cool, but fuck Michigan.
Well, we're doing a live show, so that your scoring predictions might change. Make sure you write them down. We are doing a live show down in Lincoln before the game. Probably bad juju, because every time we do that, we lose. But we're doing it anyways. Fuck it. We'll do it live.
It's different.
We're going to do a live show before the game. Yeah. Jared, do you want to get us out of here?
Yeah, I mean, I thought you were going to say something else.
Did you have anything else to say?
I think we're talking about like the standard and stuff. It's kind of like you look at this Pritchett situation and your left tackle situation.
Fair.
And at some point, the team has to look at a guy and say, what you are doing is not enough. Regardless if we paid you $1 million and we brought you here and we were the highest bidder and you chose Nebraska, and on paper, it looks like a big loss to our 1890 initiative. We paid you all this money to be third string on the depth chart. At some point, the team has to look at the guy next to him and say, what you're doing is not enough. It's not good enough. You're letting the team down. And so you're going to go sit on the bench, or you're going to go. I was on the field on Saturday. He is doing like kick protection, kick pro.
Yep.
He's only on special teams. And the dude looks checked out. I watched him. I was right there. He was maybe 10 yards ahead of me, right there for the kick. He basically just like slowly stood up and he just walked real slow back to the sideline.
No motor.
There's just zero enthusiasm. He knows that he could be playing somewhere else and he could be starting because the standard is not that high. And here it is. Under Matt Rhule, year 3, the standard is that high and your teammates' standard is that high that if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, get the F out. Like, you got to go.
You know what, Elijah? You are probably the most talented lineman that we have. Doesn't matter. And in a situation like that, Kyle, where it's warm-ups, and you know you're not going to be starting, I'm sorry. Like, that's going to be the moment where you hustle the most. Like, if Kyle Byers, a Hurrdat photographer, can tell that you're waffling, you're telling me our coaches that no ball, and they know the situation. Okay, they're not stupid. They know that Elijah
I don't know the situation, and maybe I'm 100% wrong. Maybe I'm totally misreading this whole thing.
You probably are.
Probably am. But I'm just saying, we talked about the eye test. Mm-hmm. My eye test said that he is disappointed that he is not starting. That is, and I'm sure he is, but I'm just saying my eye test showed a poor, like a poor attitude. Yeah, is what I saw.
Kyle, what better test is there for a guy than like during warmups when maybe you tell him, "Hey, Gunner's gonna be starting."
This is in the game.
Oh shit! I thought you were talking about warmups.
No, he's doing kick. He's doing kick pro. He's on the line for kick pro. Yeah, like this is in the game.
Yeah, I don't know when he did come in the game, and I said this. I tweeted it during the game. We talked about it yesterday. Like, the offense looks different. We run the ball way better when he's in the game. Yeah. He is the most talented guy. I don't care what anybody says. I will say it till I'm blue in the face.
Did he have a penalty on Saturday?
No.
I mean, granted, Matt Rhule's talked about this. I have brought this up as like your talent. If you're getting beat every play, you're going to have a bunch of penalties. Yeah. Because at some point you're going to think you need a head start. You're getting jittery and you think you're getting beat on every single rep. Like, that's when the penalties start to stack up because the talent is different. And so, of course, you're not going to have any penalties against Akron or no penalties against Houston Christian because, you're just manhandling them every rep and you don't feel like you need a head start. You don't feel like you need to hold just to save your quarterback. Like, of course. So it's just interesting, right? On the goal line against Cincinnati, he feels like he needs a head start or he's getting nervous or he's getting jittery, right? Mm-hmm. And so he has that mental mistake and then gets pulled. So it's just one of those things where that's what I'm saying is the standard is it doesn't matter who you're playing against. None of the other offensive linemen are doing some of that stuff, at least not in situations like that. So it's just interesting.
And I think that I don't think we're going to make any clips out of this, but I think it's a good discussion because we have, I think, 400 people watching. So we're going to keep this rolling a little bit. Yeah. But like, that's the type of situation where you look at the culture that you're building, and that allows your guys to buy in extra because you know they're not bullshitting. It's so easy to play a more talented guy who's getting paid millions because of that alone.
Okay. Yeah, your ROI and the boosters and everybody else that's putting that money out there for you to secure a guy like that.
We have bitched about it.
Right.
You're paying this guy $1 million and he's third string.
Yeah. And that's a disappointment to me.
Yeah.
Like, damn it. And Elijah Pritchett, if you're watching, hi Elijah, just know this. When you're out there doing kick pro, I don't know if you're waffling. I don't know. But he's watching.
Of course he is.
He's one of the 400. But I just want you to know, all of that is on film. Okay? And you're telling me, even though you're not starting, I can guarantee you that Coach Rhule and Coach Rhule have an extra keen eye on what you are doing. Even if it's field goal unit, they are watching 57, particularly to see, are you bought in? Are you doing what you're supposed to be doing?
And make no mistake about it. There is no one that wants him to succeed more.
Yeah. Because if he succeeds,
the team succeeds.
We all do.
Yes.
And Matt Rhule gets more wins, and Matt Rhule keeps his job. Okay, that's the thing too. Like, all these coaches, they want to win. Because if they don't, they're going to get canned.
Right.
Okay? Anyway,
we have, I would say, following the discussion with the BluebyNinety guys, this turned into just like, I'm chugging Kool-Aid over here. And you're chugging. I'm just saying that you are correct. I do agree with you. Looking at it, just looking at the scope of how everything is going, it doesn't seem like I'm just watching a docuseries and it seems really cool, and then they get out on the field and they just blow it. It just looks different
than chasing 3 last year.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
And realistically, we talked about this, like with the Akron thing, does it feel different after Cincinnati and Akron? And I said, it compounds itself, right? Like before Akron, they showed they showed Minnesota. They had beat their team like 66-0. And all I said was, I really, really just want us to do better than Minnesota. I want us to, and then we score 68.
Right.
We beat them by 2 points, right?
Yeah.
And so there's just like it is different. That's 2 weeks in a row where you handled Mike. I've got the screen right in front of me.
What's he doing?
See it.
I know. I saw that.
Anywho,
Dude, you're right, man. It does. It's so and you know what? This is coming from us. We don't say that.
No, we don't.
We have never said that.
That's not our thing. Like our podcast is sip the Kool-Aid, we'll be your chaser. And right now, you guys are fellow sippers, and I'm going to try to be the chaser for everybody else. And I guess what? Once again, I want to say, I hope I am wrong.
You're an asshole, Mike.
But you know what's funny though? If Nebraska walks the walk, I'm going to be the loudest one. I'm going to be the one that's like, fuck yeah.
You're going to tar and feather yourself through O Street.
I live by the statement. You can't point the finger if you can't point the thumb, right? Like, I will 1,000% eat crow, point the thumb at myself if we're wrong, right? Like, if I'm wrong and Nebraska beats Michigan handily or beats Michigan at all, right? I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
But if Nebraska gets good, say Nebraska, they do win a lot of games this year. I'm gonna be the one that's like screaming and saying how good we are. You know, like I'm not a quiet person. So let's be real. Like
even though we all have different picks, or like we have different WL results and game predictions, we all want the same thing regardless. We don't want our loss prediction to be correct.
No.
You know? That would be really dumb. What, just so you could for like 2 hours be like, I was right. Nobody cares about that shit.
No.
What's the comment?
okay. The other day with $1.99, we appreciate you as always. King says, let's give Pritchett's NIL to Latif this offseason. And listen, I got a funny story.
Yeah.
I'm leaving the parking garage on Saturday after filming the game. And guess who's in front of me? It's TJ Latif.
Damn.
He's in his Hellcat.
Huh.
He pulls out of the parking garage, and I'm not kidding you, goes 0 to 100 in about 10 seconds. Screaming down the street. Whoa, goes flying down the street. And I just thought to myself, we are here. Like we have made it. We are the Georgia of the Midwest, baby. Like we are so back. So yeah, it is a little concerning, but you know,
very, very concerning.
Yeah.
TJ, don't do that. And the camera's not going to be on Kyle anymore. But
no.
Yeah.
TJ, no. We want you alive. We want Husker fans to be on the sidewalk to be alive. Don't do that. Okay? We'll pay you.
Yeah. Hey, the other day, if Nebraska wins, there will be plenty of NIL money to pay TJ Latif to stick around. I'm just telling you now. Nebraska has such a great NIL funding with 1890, right? And that's with a poverty program. We've been so bad for so long, and fans are so committed, and boosters are so committed, and they're so bought in. Just imagine.
Hold on. It's in there. There it is.
Just imagine if Nebraska would start winning games, how much money could flow in?
Swing.
Oh, you talk about Texas Tech and all that oil money? You haven't seen farmer money yet, boy.
Yeah.
Well, they'll write it out. They'll write it off. They're going to write everything off.
Ag money, baby.
Pay me. I'm a poor farmer. Cha-ching. More money.
I don't know. Those tariffs. I don't know. Might hit. I don't know. That Husker tariff. I'll tell you what. Okay. Nebraska's going to kick Michigan's ass.
All right.
They're going to fucking kick their ass.
I hope so.
I just feel it.
I hope so.
I feel it in my bones.
I hope so.
I feel it in my loins.
I'm sure Justin and Tanner are watching this right now, and they're like, those guys are fucking stupid.
I don't.
Although I will say the comment about him being the number one pick in the 2028 draft, that is fucking insane.
It's fucking insane. I don't know.
He doesn't even complete 60% of his passes.
Uh-oh.
I don't care if you call me a box score watcher. That stuff matters against bad opponents.
Yeah.
Dylan's completed almost 80, right? Even as a freshman through 3 games. And that's what I wanted to get after him. Dylan completed 76% of his passes after his first 3 games as a freshman, right? And we got them saying he's going to be the first overall pick with 58% completion percentage. Like that's
Now-
Anthony Richardson shit.
Yeah,
he's terrible.
you look at a quarterback, if they have a 58 or they have a Dylan Raiola 80, you got to be somewhere in the middle.
Thank you.
You got to be somewhere
Come on.
because you're never going to be 80%.
Right. And he
Ever.
could totally wreck us this Saturday. But I'm just telling you right now, looking at the numbers of his first 3 starts, that's the most outlandish thing I've ever fucking heard. I'm sorry. Like the most homer thing I've ever heard in my life. And we call ourselves realistic. And maybe they're just not a realistic podcast. We call ourselves realistic. That is fucking insane.
They're still coming off the high from the Natty from a few years
I get
ago.
as they should. We probably do the same thing, right?
The Natty fumes are still.
And they're Ohio State's they're Ohio State's daddy. So
It's true.
they also get to ride that, that train that gravy train's still going.
Yep.
So I get it. But
Okay.
come on now.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not big into the NFL, like mock drafts, all that shit. I don't really care, but I will once Dylan becomes.
If you watch a mock draft from 2028, you are stupid. You want to talk PFF is stupid? Mock drafts for 2028 are extra stupid because Bryce Underwood might not be at Michigan by 2028.
Oh boy.
Who knows where he's going to end up?
Okay. Anything else, guys?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
Okay.
We beat this to death, but I had fun.
Yeah, this was good.
It was a really fun time.
Especially because it's a victory. It's a victory pod.
I hope so. I
It
doubt
is,
though.
man. It is. I'm
Yeah,
telling
we
you.
did beat Houston Christian.
Mike.
Victory pod.
Mike. Yeah. We're going together.
We are.
And if you sit,
You think I'm going to sit?
I'm just saying, if you sit,
I know you haven't been in the stadium in a while, so I'll have to remind you how to do things, but it's fine.
this fucking guy.
Yeah. When was the last game you went to? Yeah.
Was it Northern Iowa?
That-
When it was sleepy. I was
Yeah.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I was with everybody else sleeping.
Dude, you want to talk
I
about
think-
sleepy? Houston Christian was sleepy.
Well,
Yeah,
well,
I was sitting on the field
hey.
falling asleep. I was in the end zone, like trying to film these guys, and Houston Christian's going 3 and out. It was like the fucking 7th time in a row that they've gone 3 and out. I'm just watching the game from the end zone. I'm like, my God, this is bad.
Well, look, like I was just telling. God damn it! How much longer are we going?
No, we gotta get.
I was just telling Mike. You know how we know it's a honeymoon phase? Because I was legitimately starting to feel sorry
Yeah.
for Houston Christian,
Yeah.
And I told them no. Fuck that.
and I said, yeah, fuck that.
No,
That's dumb. I
that's
never
stupid.
feel sorry for them.
Nobody feels stupid. Or nobody feels sorry when they beat us. Why the hell do we feel sorry that we paid them $1 million to get their ass
I
kicked?
know, but
Don't feel bad.
when your wide receiver drops 7 passes, Akron quarterback, it's like, oh, buddy, I'm sorry.
Poor guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cry me a river. Okay, NBNRpodcast.com, Spotify, YouTube, all that shit. Same handle for everything. NBNR Podcast. Please give us a follow. 5-star review.
Make sure
all
you
of you
subscribe
watching.
on YouTube. All these new people that are watching us right now.
Yeah.
Go to YouTube and subscribe. We go live every Monday at 6 o'clock, the same time every week. And then we also do corner counseling the day after the game. So we will break down the game, traumas and triumphs of the Michigan game this Sunday, probably around 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. We kind of mix and match the
We'll
time,
see.
but
I am one of your hosts, Jared Hall.
wow. I am Mike Delaware.
Kyle Byers.
As always, they will beat Michigan in GBR.